Welcome to the show, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen. What's going down here? A lot going on in the Shark Waters Nation. Welcome. And I just had to turn my light on. I realized I didn't have my light on. I've not been on the air for the last 12 hours. I was out to dinner. A lot going on, a lot of conversation. I got the woolly beard going down here, and that's a sign of business. You know, when I grow the playoff beard, I'm getting convinced in my mind that we're going big time, and we are going big time as we go forward into the NBA playoffs and hockey playoffs. Of course, I don't cap hockey playoffs, but I'm telling you guys, just unregulated. As we go unregulated, I encourage you guys to get in the chat, pop off on YouTube. I'm going to give you a lot of hot takes, some smart takes, some intelligent takes. If I'm capable of unintelligent takes, they will come in this conversation. So bring it in here, and we will ride the fucking wave. And I appreciate you guys so much. I got a couple beers here. Got one of my favorite beers here, Pernicious Ale. And this is just to offset the energy in Vegas. Purple weed, just taking it down a notch for people in Vegas. But don't take it down a notch. My guy Walker in the house. What's up, brother? I love you, man. Cheers up, cheers down. Let's go. And, you know, so much to discuss on this broadcast. I'm going to talk yesterday's basketball, today's basketball. I'm going to have a couple beers. I'm going to sit here. I'm going to marinate to a degree. I'm going to try to promote this video because I do know that, you know, people will watch on one channel and not come to the other channel. And I think that's always a beautiful thing. And I think it's always funny. You know, I love to talk to Walker, but I said we can do a Zoom call. And we love to do a Zoom call. But, you know, sometimes it can just be that personal. And I'm just going to keep pumping this and just take a breath. And I appreciate even three of you guys watching the channel because I know the channel has been, you know, obviously not like a huge PowerPoint for people, but it's more a conversational point for myself. The gun went away from me because the gun wants to do some work. And, you know, I appreciate the gun for doing that fucking work, to be perfectly honest. I really do. The gun has been doing some great work on his own personal channel. And, you know, I do want to clarify this. You know, whenever I talk about people on my channel, it's just objectivity in the world of business. You know, one of the things about sports media is that it's a business now. It's always been a business, but it's more so a business than anything else in the world. And, you know, with the gun hit me up and he says, yo, I'm doing my business. I was like, bro, please do. What are you doing? Of course, please get the fuck out of here. Like, do your work, my guy. So it's always a beautiful thing. Walker, what's going on, brother? Let's fucking go. We can pop off in here on our own. If it boils down to, yeah, I don't expect much people to come in here. It is what it's Saturday night. Who the fuck cares? I'm just gonna ride. And, you know, some of the times I, you know, just popped off with a little beef. It was just, you know, you gotta stir the pot. You know, there's no people watching. You gotta talk a little shit. So, you know, people don't realize sometimes people don't know a lot of things. And I'm just gonna sit here and maybe I'll talk for 10 minutes, 20 minutes, who knows? But I'm just gonna fucking ride in here and see what we got going on here. I think we have literally no interaction. That's fine. That's fine. My hair looks terrible. I'm over. I haven't cut my beard in a while. I look like a wilderness gentleman, so it's fine. Whatever. I'm gonna sit here for a minute, take a sip. Walker, what's going on, my guy? Type in the chat. What up, boss? And it is what it is. We already got 2 official plays for tomorrow and Saturday in the NBA. Just took a real tight loss in the Lakers game. Most of the market pushed. This is just one of those things that continues to happen in the NBA where, you know, it's one of those things where it was 7, it was 8, it was 7.5. They won by 7. It's sharp. I mean, what do you do? Sometimes it's just sharp, you know? And, yeah, and I like, bro, I mean, in terms of the beard, I mean, like, real talk, like when I start to get that under beard, you know, when you start to get that cut, that nice cut, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have that full growth here for some reason. I've never had it, but just that undercut when you start to get it. Like, I'm not trying to cut the beard down at all. I like to grow it out. I think it's a nice little look. You know, some people have it, some people don't. None of us, most of us don't have that like beautiful, like just absolute full cut, like through the angular cut of our face, but it's a beautiful thing regardless. And I think it's you know, it's one of those things everybody's got to do at least. I was gonna say one point in your life, try like at least once a year, like just grow it out, fuck around, you know, enjoy yourself. Yeah, life's about enjoyment. It really is about enjoyment. And speaking of enjoyment, I mean, has not been enjoyable. The first round of the NCAA tournament, we've been kind of taking down the chin. I think I'm down mildly. A couple egregious beats, couple missed calls, couple bullshit spots, all over the grid. But that's kind of what happens in the first round of the NCAA tournament. I mean, the NCAA tournament is one of the biggest crapshoots in the calendar year in sports gambling, and that's also why it is one of the biggest profitable points for sports books. So people want to come out of the woodwork to gamble on it. Books are waiting to take your money, and it's what happens. And it's just tight lines. It's out of context environments, not rivalry games. Teams playing weird tip times in the middle of the afternoon on weekdays. We always joke about this. This is like WNBA scheduling, where men in college basketball are not used to playing games at 2 o'clock in the middle of the country on a Thursday, and they don't know how to react. So trying to handicap that, you can say they played like this out of conference. You can say they played this in conference, opponent type, defense, offense, rating this, rating that. But when it comes down to it, it's a random Thursday or Friday at 2 o'clock in the middle of the afternoon at a neutral site. And you literally have no idea the emotional makeup of 19 to 20-year-olds. And that is one of the most insane things about capping the NCAA tournament, is that you can do all the homework in the world, and it is a one-off completely emotionally and environmentally. And that's complete facts. So when you just go through it, you just are such at a gamble point. And it's a fun thing. If you want to acknowledge the gamble, It's beautiful. I love you guys for it. I love us for it. But just acknowledging that gives us freedoms to say, you know what? If we don't know, we don't know. Let's fucking gamble. And Walker, let me engage the chat. Walker says it's trying to cap a matinee baseball game with no matchup data and needing a single spot. Then if you do, have to do it again. Exactly. It is like literally the most abstract situation you could ever find in any sort of handicapped top level college sports or professional sports. Like professional sports never play sustainable environments in abstract spots like that. And pro sports are just very, very regulated. The whole thing is a crapshoot. And I put on a couple plays on it. I think I'm down a little bit. I haven't checked my bank account. I'm pretty sure I'm pretty neutral on it. It was not catastrophic. I saw a couple guys trying to chirp me, but I think that's kind of like their life. They're enjoying the whole fucking thing. I Stott in the house. What's up, brother? My guy. What up, boss? Cheers up, fears down, baby. My guy. Appreciate it, bro. Great beer here, by the way. Pernicious Pale Ale. Wicked Weed. Beautiful beer. Cheers to you guys. Appreciate you guys so much. Let's jam. Let's get this going. This conversation. Jumping off a little bit. And as I was saying, the NCAA tournament, particularly round one, just a gamble. And that's why it's a beautiful situation, really. Sometimes it's fun to gamble a little bit and have a good time and just, kind of ride the wave and see what the fuck is going on. So, I put out some plays. We're taking a mild loss. I think we're down like a 1.5 units or something like that. As I said, it was not anything that I thought was going to be mildly like horrible or amazing. It's just one of those things. It's kind of a crapshoot in the beginning of the tournament. I would say my brother Jeff Sheesby is on a significant heater. So if you guys want to follow him, Old Man Who Bets on Twitter, please follow. And I will say this: it's not disingenuous at all. He is my brother, so follow the fucking guy. It's at Old Man Who Bets. If you don't follow him, fucking follow him. And he's been doing work for a long period of time, and I think that's a beautiful thing within gambling Twitter as well. Just how things work out. How things kind of ebb and flow, and when people get in their element, they kind of find a wave and ride the wave and the whole fucking thing. But it's been that way for a period of time where Jeff took some time off, significant time off. I think 3 years actually, but he's back and he's trying to grind it up, and I think he's committed to it. So I talk about disingenuity or whatever the fuck that word is. It's a tough word, but certain guys are not there for you every day, and I've been there every fucking day, and I will say that. I love Jeff. He's my guy. We've had some amazing moments, and let's fucking move. Let's keep moving. Clint Zerlingen in the chat. Kansas plus 4.5. The spot is money plus 4.5. I'm looking at it right now. I got you on that, bro. Let me check it out. Looking at the next round here today. All right. All right. Zags laying 4.5. This is a beautiful conversation of public versus sharp. And Clint, I appreciate the conversation so much. And this is not me coming at you at all, because I'm not. I really, really respect you, and I want to continue this conversation after I make this point. But this is the classic pros versus Joe's spot. Why is the 5 seed laying 4.5 to a blue blood Kansas? Let me ask the question. I'll ask it again. Why is the 5 seed laying 4.5 points to the blue blood Kansas? The average guy thinks the books have no idea what's going on. I say, what do the books know that we don't? And I will say this, and I will continue to say this for the rest of my life on this channel. The ego that I have is non-existent. My ego is connected to the sports books. And if the sports books tell me a story, I say the ego exists with the bettors, saying they know more than the sports books. So in this matchup, do we know that Kansas is 5 points better than Gonzaga? And the books have no idea, like none at all. So this is just like an absolute crack rock ticket to the radiating stadium outwardly. Like that's what's up. I don't know. I'm just telling you guys. If you guys fundamentally look at sports betting as you know better than the sports books, you are on the exact side the books want. The books want you to think that you know better and you have an edge on their line. And let me just make that point. I'm going to take a sip on that. Let me just take a sip on that. And that's pretty much the bottom line with sports betting. If you see a fishy line where a team is supposed to be better and they're a significant underdog, one of the high change points in your life as a bettor, and this could be when you're 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120. We're going forward. Big time guys. Guys that can live forever. I'm telling you, I hope to be with you guys. We'll have this conversation when we're 110 years old. And I continue to have this conversation. I want to have this conversation. It's this constant conversation of, are we smarter than the sports books? Do we know more? So when they make a line a certain thing, is our default point to beat their line or think, wow, how can we investigate how we know more than them? Or can we say they are the top level of truth algorithmically because they make billions of dollars off of people? Can we look at their lines and say, that's the truth? Let's follow the lines and see what's going to happen. I think it's the most fascinating thing in the history of sports gambling, where there's this cross section between sharps and I would say myself almost exclusively, where sharps think they can beat the line because they're smarter than the line. I've had a lot of sharps hit me up and say that basically I'm kind of an asshole because I'm a content provider, which I thought was actually fairly offensive. And I will let that be for what it is. But what I said to them was, you guys think you know more than the sports books? Really? Really? Let's see how that plays out over the next 50 years. So one of the biggest things that I have ongoing with these quote unquote sharps is the sharps always think they know more than the books. I am a sharp. I come from Dartmouth College. I have a statistics background. I realized that the sharp sports books know more than the models of all the fucking nerds who think they know more. And these guys think they know more. I beg to differ. I beg to differ. I think you guys really have huge intellectual egos that are always taking the other side of what I do. Because I'm on the book side. I'm on the book side. Perfect example of this is the other night. Denver's laying 8.5 points to the Knicks. All the sharps are on the Knicks because there's value on the line. And I said to myself, who are the sharps here? Are the sharps just the guys that think that they're creating algorithmic tendencies to beat the books? I said, Denver's lost 3 in a row to the Knicks. They lost by 40 points at the Garden, and now they're favored by 9 points. That's a heavy line. Hammer the Nuggets. And what they did, they won by 13 points. And it's just what it is. It's just what it is. There's a disconnect between sharps and myself. And I will say this is not a personal thing. This is not like a round table where, like, if we were hanging out in person, we'd have like huge significant disconnects in terms of our personal life, because we all love process, health, love, and awareness. But it's a real thing. It's a real thing where, like, when you handicap sports and you really get in there for yourself, you ask yourself a question. Do I know more than the sports books, or do the sports books know more than me? And I said to myself for a long time, I know more than the sports books. And it took me a while to realize maybe I don't. And when I realized I don't, I started to track their lines. I created line functionality, and I started to win at one of the highest rates in the history of the world. And that is a fact. And people have been tracking this for 4.5 years now, and it is an absolute fact. Line functionality produces one of the highest win rates in NBA basketball history against the spread. In handicapping, there's no way around it. We had one bad month in November of 2022, and we've been clean for 5.5 years across the duration. So the point is, people want to remodel the lines. They want to beat the lines. They want to act like they know the lines. They want to talk shit because they're so insecure, I will say, because if you're not really with the lines, you think your model is like kind of this and that on the periphery, you got to talk your shit because you're a little insecure too. Like, that's the thing, you're a little insecure too. Like, that's why I get a little like kind of like cuddly, because I cuddle the insecure guys. It's like, I know you're insecure because you don't really know if your model is sustainable over the next 45 years. My shit is fucking the realest shit in the world. I appreciate you guys so fucking deeply for fucking with me continuously. And some didn't, and they will know as we go forward, because it's just a fucking production. It's continuous production. My guy Raul, appreciate you, man. My guy Walker in the house, Clint, my guy, 100%. And tomorrow, Orlando's gonna. So one of the things that I used to have like a small little thing with Jay on the show, when Jay would say they're gonna blow him out, I'd be like, no, Jay, we're gonna win by like 10. And I think like with Jay, like he would always like try to get emotional on his plays. Like he'd be like, oh, they're gonna fucking blow him out. I'd be like, dude, I want them to fucking blow him out. But their like line functionality suggests this is like a 10-point win. And you guys see like the NBA, like as line functionality constructs itself. Last night's a perfect example of this. There were 5 outcomes last night that were within 2 buckets of the spread. Every single one of them was line functionality. Let me pull you guys back to them. Just pull it up real quick. I'll let you guys follow in the door here. So, last night, line functionality was Houston to cover -4. They were supposed to win by 7 to 8. They won by 10. The Mavericks were at -13.5. They were supposed to win by about like 14 or 15. They won by 16. Nuggets were supposed to win by 10 on an 8. They won by 13. And the one that I didn't play because I was actually kind of apprehensive and gun shy because sometimes I'm a human being too, and it gets to me when I go 0-3 the previous night. And it really did kind of fuck with me, I'm not going to lie, because I have so many demons. And when people shit talk me the previous year, and I just didn't want to put this play out, but it sucks fucking balls for us because I actually did see this. I thought Phoenix would win the game by 12 points, and they won 128 to 115. It was my line functionality model, so they did cover the fucking spread. So line functionality went 4-0 on that point. Tonight, it was fucking clean as day, especially without corruption. The whole point here is that what I created is one of the cleanest things in the history of the world. I went into a very competitive scope with a bunch of guys that were very, very original content creators who were doing a lot of work for themselves. And, I appreciate the hell of them for doing that work. I mean, it's super hard to do the work. That's why I made that comment on a couple of videos I did, going back a week or two. But it's so hard to do the work. Like, one of the things that I make it look easy. I don't mean that as a brag point. I really don't. But one of my gifts as a person is just to talk to people. It comes naturally to me. I love to do it. It's what I like to do. A lot of the guys that I worked with in the past, it was a project for them to get on the air. Like it really was a struggle. Like they didn't really like to do it. They had to get themselves up. I just always felt super good just getting on the air and talking to you guys. So when the whole thing kind of went awry, it was this whole idea that I was being a hater for them. It was gentlemen, no shot. You guys just aren't as comfortable on the air, and you're not also as regular on the air because it's just not what your fucking game is. And that was kind of the whole fucking process of it. So, staying the course of center, but I was just seeing a couple guys coming in and out and just fucking riding away with you guys. 8 guys in the chat, 4 guys in the chat, 5 likes. Appreciate you guys fucking riding away. I'm just going to be on there for a little bit. Just cheers up, fears down to you guys. Big Dogs, Raul, Walker, Clint, Dogs. Let's fucking cheers. Anybody in the chat, let me know. Have a sip. Talk to me. Talk to me. Please talk to me. I'm going to drop a video on a couple of the plays tomorrow. I already looked at the card tomorrow with significance. Top plays Houston -7.5 and Orlando -3. I did drop that 4 hours ago. That's what I got. It's already 4.5. This is one of those conundrums. It's this whole process, the whole thing. Every time I post a play, I post it exactly when I play it. And I've said for so long, tail the channel, play the right sides in terms of CLV. Certain guys are just not there with it. So the line is, bro, I did not watch the Lakers game. I just saw a push on the 7. I took a loss on 8. I'm not recapping that shit. It's 1-1, whatever. Some people cash, some people push. It is what it is, whatever the fuck. But the thing is, going forward to today, with these spots, when we look at today's spots, it's just these environments where we have to be super clear as to what's going on. And, we have to just be on the line and be really, really focused on what line we're getting. And when I took the line today at Houston -7.5 and Orlando -3 specifically, when I posted that, I didn't really think that Orlando could get steamed that big. I'm just being honest. I thought there would be some action on Sacramento there because I think there's some sort of syndicate bias to public sides, and I think it's very interesting. I think it really is very interesting. I've noticed a lot of very high level public steam on the wrong side, if we're being honest, in terms of the last 2 or 3 weeks. But I got Orlando at -3, and now it's 4.5. I think they win by 10. My grading is -10, so I'm about to drop a video overnight that says -3. So it is what it is because that's what I posted. That's also what I have in my pockets. But the problem is, it's not the current line. And one of the beefs that I had, with Jay Money and the whole fucking thing was Jay would always say to me, "Shark's not the right line." And I would say to Jay, I would say, "What's the right line? Is it when I post it, when I play it, when my followers get it, or is it when we go on the show?" And I think that's one of the most interesting things in the world when you're doing shows. What's the right line? Is it when you play it and you post it for your followers, or is it when you go on the show 12 hours later and it changed? Is that the right line? And I've always disagreed with that because I always thought to myself, the right line is when you post it for your followers in a deep responsibility point, everything else is completely irrelevant. So that's why I always post the lines. And I've taken losses on bad lines myself, even when it got seen the other direction. So I just want to make that point, just in general, that it's never about proving anything to anybody, left, right, or center, but it's just about when I get the line, I do it for a reason because I think this team's going to go the other direction. And let's get the same fucking line for all of us so we can cash the fucking ticket. And that's where it got into all this bullshit chaos with people before about shows, this, that. I'm like, dude, like, I'm not doing anything. I'm just fucking playing a side. Like, what am I supposed to do? Give a fucking bullshit ass ticket like 12 hours later? And it's like, yeah, give a bullshit ass ticket 12 hours later. And that's it. So it is what it is. But using 10.5 now? Wow. I mean, they're going to blow them out. They're going to blow them out. The game is graded to be like fucking 15 points or something. What do I have here? Look at my notes here. I think 15. But yeah, I mean, like, yeah. That's why you play it. But again, like I said this before, and like this is like people, I'll say this 100%. People lost trust in me 100%. People lost so much trust in me. And that also pissed me off too. I got to be honest with you. People trusted me and then they didn't trust me. Like that's tough to go through. It's really tough. I'm saying this to you guys. You guys are followers. Like I'm saying it's just a personal conversation with you guys. People stopped trusting me. They really did. And so when I used to post, people would pounce on the line. Now they don't. And now all of a sudden, like, nobody's telling. It's just whatever. It's like, whatever. And that's what I said last night to you guys. Like, you have to fucking trust the process. You have to fucking trust the process. And I post these lines for a reason because I know they're going to get steam. Especially in this market now, it's huge market steam. So you have to trust what I'm doing. Like, I do nothing other than just put out the best plays in the world. And I took one massive loss in November of 2022. And the insanity of this is that a lot of people still remember November of 2022. And we're almost in the summer of 2024. And there are numerous guys that haven't told since, and they say, I regret it. I get DMs. I regret not telling you. And I say, bro, you remember 16 months ago as your defining point. You forget that we won 175 units before and we're up since. But you are a human being, and human beings function on negativity bias. And that doesn't mean anything bad. All it means is that you as a person remember the worst point. That's what we do as human beings. We remember the worst. And then we just never think clearly ever again in the future. And it's insane. It's absolutely insane. And that's what happened. That's what happened. We've been working ever since. Smoked the books in fucking football. We're up significantly in basketball. We're about to clean up for another, I think, 30, 40 units going forward this season. Baseball is beautiful. But again, people lost some money in November 2022. That's it for them. And it's beautiful for me to understand human psychology where that's what they see. They lost in a small window. They have an inability to ever think in the future. They're so caught in a small window of negativity. It's wild. It's fucking wild. Like, people blow my mind. People blow my mind. They really blow my mind. Because I think to myself, like, how could you ever think that one bad month is the sustainable when we've been great for 7 years? We were amazing before, and we've been very solid to above average since. But you're still caught in that window. You yourself, the person who is not following, has a ton of work to do. And that's where, like I said to my guy, Sports Dogma, like, these followers are tough to deal with because it's all their mental health. It's not us. It's their mental health we're dealing with because these guys don't even know what the fuck is going on. They're chasing heaters all over the internet. They have no fucking clue if we're winning or losing. They're just chasing heaters everywhere. Like, everybody's chasing heaters. Like gambling tourism. It's nonsense. They have no idea what's going on. No clue. They don't know if a winner is a real winner. They don't know if a guy's on a heat check. They don't know if a guy's sustainable. When I lost 30 units in a month, everybody checked out on Shark. Everybody checked out. Everybody dumped me 100%. Done. And then since what I do, I broke even in baseball. I was 63.5% in football, which is the hardest thing in the fucking world. And we're up 21.5 units in basketball, and we're jumping the fuck off back again. It's what I've always done. We're up hundreds of units on this channel. We're the most respectful channel in the world. I bring you guys such authentic content because I love you guys, but people went away because they had one bad month in the history of 6 fucking years. It's absolutely insane how people function in terms of small window recency and negativity bias. You could literally make a mistake in the smallest window and people would lose out on the biggest success when you go forward. And that's what happened. That's what happened. That's what happened. Philly, Liverpool, my guy. What's up, brother? Not really on CBB, just hanging out. Took a couple losses in the tournament early, just going to grind it. But that's it. No, I don't really bet CBB. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you 100%, brother. And what I'm saying is just my own, fluid thoughts. And it's what I feel. It's really what I feel. And I don't think I'm incorrect when I'm saying this. I think people went away from me in terms of my picks because they lost in a cluster a year and a half ago. And my other partner dipped on me, which sensationalized it in terms of like people saying like a confirmation this guy is clueless, which is actually not even close to what's going on. So there was just a lot of compound things going on that I had to deal with in terms of public interest and image, which was difficult. I will say it was difficult. And, coming back from it was hard to do. So I'm just speaking my mind here, just flowing off you guys. S. in the house, big dogs. I appreciate you guys immensely for being in here with me and just fucking shooting the shit. It's real talk. But it is real talk. It is real talk. Like, I made very small mistakes over the course of that process, and the guys just like really went away like super hard, as if like they were like being powerful people. And it was like, you're not being powerful deserting the shark. Like, I want to make that comment. Like, you're not powerful because you dipped on the shark. Like some of these guys acted like that was like their big move, like their big political move. Like, yeah, I cut the shark. I'm fucking big time now. It's like, that's not big time, bro. That's small time. Like, you are exhibiting your lack of ability to have patience and process with a person, because I put up sustainable results for years in numerous sports, and not only that, in content creation, which is very difficult to do. And I will say that content creation is not easy. And I want to give a shout out to my guys that do it well. Jay Money does it very well. I think he has, to a certain degree, gone to a different level in terms of business. Sean Green, absolute legend. Junior Brown, absolute legend. Noops, legend. Chris Farley, dogs. And I'm not saying this to placate or to promote. I'm saying this really real talk. It is not easy to put on content. Like, you have to have a sick energy about you. You have to be very, very clear in your mind. Being clear in your mind when you go on the air, like, that's not just showing up out of nowhere and just being like, I'm going to speak half a second. There's a lot of process behind that comes into the point when you speak on the air. It takes a lot of work. And I want to really make that clear. Like, we make it look super easy. We do. And for me, it comes super easy because it's just my natural bloodline. It's just who I am. Like, my grandfather was a mayor of a town. He was a natural orator. He's a speaker. And my dad was a marketing brander. He was a speaker. Like, we've all been speakers. My whole family's speakers. It just comes to me naturally. But even within that, it's still not easy, because you have to have an energy behind you and a readiness to just push and push forward, and amongst the whole thing, the whole game of life, where people are not necessarily just ready to go. Like, people are they're left, they're right, they're center, they're not inspired, they're confused, that this is that, and you have to be ready to go. And one of the things that I have loved through the course of my channel is my ability to hopefully give you guys energy at a high level because I know energy in this world is to a certain degree not there. And I'd love to give it to you guys. Love you guys for the energy point because the energy point is huge because we're all living our life. We're all walking around. We're all doing a bunch of stuff, but energy is fucking real. And I got a lot of time, guys. Questions are open. Philly Liverpool says, I might start betting NBA after the tournament. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, betting NBA it's a project. You got to stay the course with it. It's one of those things where I would never discourage you to come into the NBA now because it's the best time of the year when teams actually do really care in the regular season for playoff pictures and playoffs rounds 1, 2, 3, and 4. But I would say to you, just in general, betting the NBA is very lucrative. And I think that there's a huge narrative internationally. And I have no control over it. I'm a small player coming up in the game, but there's a lot of control in the NBA, more so than people think. People think they have no control in the NBA. And I would say we have control. I see it in a very distinct way. So just, I actually, it's funny, I'm sitting here just chatting with you guys. But I really do believe there's more control in the NBA than people think. And I think particularly after the new year, when you see second matchups, third matchups, fourth matchups, just the data accumulating and the whole thing. So appreciate that comment, my guy. 100%, 100%. Yeah, and when you get, as I said, when you get to this point in the season, there is so much more clarity within it. It's very lucrative. We're talking real money, real money. I'm not sitting here, just bloviating nonsense. You can make some serious money betting this stuff right now. So if you want to come into the game, please do. We welcome you, and no apprehension, obviously, but I think that it's a good spot to come in right now. March is a great spot to come into the NBA. I think the best spot to come to the NBA is always after the All-Star break. Just come in after the All-Star break. Let the data be there, motivation. Wait till maybe like February 28th and just ride, like 3.5 months until June. And, the NBA Finals is a little bit difficult because, of course, you got peak motivation. Every team is trying to win. Huge. So it kind of conflation and motivation. But, you want to find the times when there's this disparity in motivation and the whole thing. So welcome to the party, my guy. 100%. Cheers to us. Let's chat some ball here, bro. And just letting people build in here. I could sit here and talk for the next 7 hours. Really, I have that much energy in me. I created this channel based on conversation. My entire energy of person is just love people. I just love you guys. I appreciate you guys so much. So if you guys have any more commentary points, bring them to the channel. I will give you guys more commentary. Just taking a breath. And but that's the baseline. It's always been the baseline. Sharky Waters Nation, 9 words of lifestyle. Ride the wave out of the water. There was never anything else than just pure passion and respect for people and their passion for sports. And we've been doing this since the fall of 2018. Had one channel pulled. Shout to the burner that took 50,000 people down. I'm sure that guy's having a great living, happy lifestyle. Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe not. I always think about that. There's some random guy walking around society right now that took down my entire previous business in 1/2 second. And he's walking around. What a fucking guy. What a fucking guy. Magnanimous. Beautiful guy. You guys know sometimes some people will like really pull your strings and fuck with you a little bit. And you think to yourself, I can't believe that person was just like really that disturbed where they actually wanted to really like hurt you that bad. Because when that guy, whoever that guy was, the fake account that took my previous channel, that fucked up my life for about 12 months easily. And I never did anything to that guy. Like he was just walking down the street, like whatever. And I was like, shit, bro, I got nothing. I was just like, my whole fucking company just went down the drain. And I was just like, who was that? It was a burner, some random burner. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I love you guys so much. Thank you for just listening to that. I could go on for fucking ever on that shit. Because that really did fuck me up a little bit. It's fucking sick like that. Oh, man. That might be the breath we need in this chat. That did fuck me up, gentlemen. I'll tell you that. It fucked me up. Like when my previous channel got pulled, that threw me off for like 10 months, easy. Like I had been working my dick off for like 4 years to get to that point of like cultivation, conversation with people, like respect. There's so many people that didn't refollow because they just didn't know where I was. And when you create a channel, it's not like when you create like a real channel, it's not just like buying followers. It's not just like, like getting paid for something peripherally. It's really just going to the dirt with people and just having conversation over and over and over. And that's what I did for 4.5 years with people. And that's all I cared about, really, if I'm being super honest. Like I never really wanted money. Like I got some money now, I had some money then. It was never about money for me. I just wanted connection. I wanted business. I wanted people to like jump. I wanted people to feel good energy, like connect. Even when I do like big theatrical videos, the whole fucking thing, it's just, I really just want people to jump and just feel good energy about themselves, So when I had to move from the previous account to the secondary account and the whole fucking thing just like went away, like it was weird. Like it was super weird. It was like a death. Like it was like this, it was like the movie like Dune 2. Like I woke up and I was like, wait, did that just happen? And my ex-girlfriend at the time was like, yeah, it happened. And I was like, wait, I don't have an account anymore? And she was like, yeah, you don't have an account anymore. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me? I was like, what? And she was like, yeah, you don't have an account anymore. And I was like, what the fuck? And I basically just walked around my apartment for like an hour. I was like, I don't even remember what happened really. I was just like in a total daze, really. And I was just like, wow, that's unbelievable. Like, I was like, who was the guy? And she's like, just some random fake account. And I was like, so I talked shit to some fake account and they took the account because they said that I talked shit to a fake account? And she was like, yeah. And I was like, wow. And I was like, this is a horrible game. Horrible game. And, when that happened, I was like, truthfully, I was in a daze. I got to be honest with you guys. I was in a total daze. For like a week. Easy. And I was supposed to record a show with Guns with Anthony. The fucking fire shows, the NFL shows, which are electric. I love those shows. And then I was supposed to open the season with Jay Money. And at that point, I think it got disrupted. I think Jay was just kind of like, Jay knows energy too. I mean, Jay and I have the same birthday. We're both August 19th. We're both Leos. But same exact fucking birthday. So we both know shit. Like he knows shit about me for sure. Like I don't mean like he knows like he doesn't know like that, but like he knows like energy. He knew I was fucking like annoyed and flat. He didn't want to deal with it. So I get it, 100%. And he was like, I want the old Shark. And I was like, bro, what do you want me to do? Like I was like I fucking made a stupid comment to some fucking burner and I have a different account. My whole archetype is different. Like my, the jump point is different. Like, what am I supposed to do? He was like, basically like, I don't have anything for you, And that was kind of the point where I was like, we can do shows. We're going to ride the fucking wave. Like you guys notice if you watch those shows back in the fall of 2022, we weren't disingenuous to energy. Like we were still big time. Like I'll never go on a show and be flat ever. I'll promise you guys that ever. Like I'll always fucking bring you guys big time. Philly Liverpool, Leos baby, energy baby, my God, period. Energy baby, happy birthday to us. Let's fucking go. My guys, Leos baby, and but that point when when Jay was just talking to me on it, he just didn't understand. Like, and again, this is not shade at all. I want to preface this. This is not shade at all. This is just conversation. Same thing with Philly Shark, just conversation. He just didn't get like how much I actually really was like behind the project, because a lot of these projects were entrepreneurial. Like we weren't getting paid for these projects. And so I was putting so much work on record to build the channel, not getting paid a cent for close to 2.5 years. And, going through a lot of things myself, like with my ex-girlfriend who was cheating on me and fucking throwing me out the door. Like we're talking like extreme shit. And I was still on record putting on shows for free to put on the best shows that I could possibly do. And I thought the shows were amazing at all points in time, regardless. Like, talk about compartmentalizing whatever's going around and just still being centered. I thought I did a great job with it, always. And I wasn't trying to prove anything, but after the fact, I'm just making the point that there was so much chaos, and we were doing great shows regardless. It reminds me when Brett Favre's dad died, and he threw 3 touchdowns the next Monday Night Football against the Raiders. Like, it's just, we're in the prime of our life. Like, we do business to do business. We do it right, regardless of the circumstances, peripherally. And the business is actually, sometimes it gives us even more therapy. So I was always doing the best work, always doing the best work. Like, you guys know, there's no bullshit for me on the work at all, ever, ever. If I'm on there, we're in there top quality. And when it got, misdelivered and misconstrued in this whole narrative, that's when I hit up Junior. And I hit up Junior in the summer, and I said, Junior called me, and I said, "What's up, bro?" And he said, "What's up?" I was like, "What's up? What's up? What's up?" And Junior and I had a great conversation, and he was like, "Let's fucking do it. Let's do a show. Let's do multiple shows." I was like, "My God, 100%." And it was really nice to talk to Junior on that level, and it was really nice to just jump off on that and see what we got. And that's what you guys have seen since the Bet US show that was created in the summer. I was sitting basically like 2 feet or 10 feet from this chair, and I was drinking a beer at like 7 in the morning. And I called Junior, and I said, "Junior, what's up? You want to do some work?" And he goes, "Absolutely." And I was like, "My God, let's fucking do some work." And he was like, "Let's fucking jump off. Let's see what we got. Let's see if we can do a show." He's like, "I'll call you tomorrow. Let's figure it out." Let's cash another ticket, y'all. It's beautiful. It's fucking beautiful. And the thing that this is just the deep conversation of the whole thing. Like, certain environments just segue into different environments. And like, when you're doing great things, better things come to you, and you just keep moving. And it's a beautiful thing. I'm just giving you guys insight, and it's a beautiful process. It really is. Philly, my guy, Liverpool FC says, "I would love to stay and listen to some shut eye. Got to work out at 9, or got to work at 9:30 a.m. Good chatting. Have a great night." Absolutely, bro. 100%. Sending you great vibes. See you, bro. Let's go for sure. But yeah, I mean, like when I talked to Junior, it was amazing because it was the middle of the summer. I think it was like late August, early September. Like we're like early, like week 1. College football was coming up. We're trying to figure out, the early, October basketball show and the whole thing. And he was just like, "Yeah, like let's do some work." And I'm super business like with guys like that. I was like, "Let's fucking do it." He's like, "All right, I'll call you." He called me. He goes, "All right, we got the Bet US show. Just call this girl, one of our girls. I'm not gonna name her name, but one of their hosts and interviewers who's very smart, super smart girl." And she's like, and he said, "Just she's gonna call you and just talk to her and see what's gonna go on." I was like, "All right." I was like, "When?" He's like, "I don't know, Tuesday morning, blah, blah." I click in a video. I was like, "Hey, what's up?" She's like, "What's going on? Let's talk about it, blah, blah, blah." All of a sudden the show's done like that. Boom. Like that's how business works. Like, but the thing is, like, I just want to give you guys some inspiration. Like, if you guys want to get in this industry, just put out content. Be a person on the internet. People will come to you. Like, people will work with you. Like, there's so much opportunity in this industry. Just keep pushing, and it's a big thing. It's a really big thing. And but just a point on that, like, just when you make relationships, when you put out yourself, when you work hard, and you put in a lot of work, things come to you. And I would say that I was, personally, I was so far off that grid, gone back to like 2007, 8, just kind of like fucking around, partying, like no purpose. But you know, as the wind sails and things go in a certain direction, like as I became more purposeful, you see what happens when you have purpose. And I'm speaking directly to a lot of you guys, and not necessarily you guys in the chat right now, but people that will watch this video in terms of sports media. There's so much opportunity now in sports media, like for guys that want to like be on air personalities, want to give commentary, want to give picks, whatever it may be. Put out content. Take control of your own environment. People will find you. They'll put you on the air. They'll pay you for it. You'll be a personality if you have the quality, like to give that commentary, and just take a risk. It's a fun thing to do. It's actually very fun to get out of your comfort zone a little bit and say, hey, this is what I think about this game. Take this chance. Bet with me. Blah blah blah. Whatever. Chug a beer. Have a fucking seltzer. Whatever it may be. But just there's so many guys that want to be personalities. You have to have the personality first before you're going to be an actual guy that gets jumped off. Or if you don't want to get jumped off, pump your own shit. But you have to actually do it. I think there's so many guys that just like sit there and think like, I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it this day. Blah blah blah. Do it now. Give us a video. Say, hey, what's up? It's me. This is my pick. This is my analysis. Let's dominate. And don't use the same fucking words, but like say like whatever the fuck. Like, hey, what's up? Like even Walker's a great example. Walker Bailey in the house. Nice pick here. Saturday morning. Top look. Let's go. Boom. Whatever. Just fucking put it out there. Give us some content. And a bunch of my guys in the chat that a bunch of my guys are not trying to get content, but I'm just speaking to masses because I know people do want to fuck with us, and like I'm trying to put people on and like bring people up. So I'm just speaking on that. Glenn in the house. What's up, brother? What's up? What's up, Glenn? How's that rack of booze? Cheers, bro. Cheers, my guy. Hope you're well. I appreciate you so much, bro. You guys are such good people. I was just looking in the chat. Walker's still in the house. I have a tendency to just go on long-winded lectures, but Glenn, what's up, bro? What are you drinking right now? What's going on? Talk to me. What's the cocktail? I think one of the things I always do, I rant, but rant, you gotta rant. What are you gonna do when you run your own fucking channel? You gotta fucking talk, right? Rack is rocking. Love it. Cheers to you guys. Margarita, love that. Love that. So, if you guys didn't get the Houston play, hope you got the Orlando play. Who else is in the chat? We got 12 guys in the chat. We got 11 likes. Great saturation. Appreciate you guys so much. Appreciate you guys so much. The thing with this algorithm is like when you like it, it just pushes it outward to the algorithm. I don't know why, but it does help. So clicking the like it really just helps the channel grow as much as it can for these these conversations I have overnight. It's not the most glamorous thing in the world, but it's certainly interactive, which I definitely pride myself on. Philly said he's going to bed. We got my guy Raul in the house. Raul says, cash on the ticket, y'all. I love that. I'm just repeating it, but I love that. Because whenever I watch back NBA Shot Clock myself, I always watch back my content mostly. Sometimes I don't go back to the Bet US show because it's like 50 minutes. I don't have the time to go through every minute of the detail, even though I respect the fuck out of my guys. Sometimes I don't have the time for that. But the NBA Shot Clock, the quick minutes, the 10 minutes, 15 minutes, I always go through it. I always see Junior being like, what I got to say? Let's cash another ticket, y'all. I'm like, let's go. Every day I'm like, yep, yes, sir. Let's cash another ticket, y'all, baby. Let's go. Love you guys so much for the whole fucking thing. It's so fun to just be with you guys and just fucking have a great, conversation. I don't do this enough. I really don't. It's beautiful, really. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And I think he raps over it, actually. I never actually asked him the question. That's his voice. Like, what? Yeah, I think that's his voice. Jay, like, I actually hit him up. Like, Jay he's an older guy. He's like 50 or something. He's like he's a sick dog. Like I had a couple great conversations with Jay like before we started the show, and I think that might be his voice on that rap. So I was like, all right, like I'm into it. Like let's fucking go. And he was like, yeah, let's fucking ride it. So I was like, all right, let's fucking go. Whatever. And it's just fun. Like just the whole fucking thing. It's just fun. Like, but I record those things overnight. It's super fun. I record them right here in this chair. And I gotta be honest with you guys, it's fun. It's fun. Like it's fun to do this shit. It's just fun. You know, like your life is supposed to be fun, right? I mean, like, I don't know. Who knows? Everybody's struggling around some way. We got 10 guys in the house, 11 in the likes. That's a nice ratio. That's definitely disproportionate to most Twitter, YouTube videos, but I'm still here. I'm hanging out. Anybody got any questions about college basketball, NBA tomorrow? I got 2 plays. We already dropped Houston -7.5, Orlando -3, 4.5 now. I got a video I'm going to drop overnight. Fucking recorded that before I started drinking to make sure my awareness was clear. And this video that I'm going to drop overnight for the Orlando take, I think is a great video. I will say that I really like this myself artistically, and you know some of the things that I do is it's a very unique thing to myself, like in terms of Sharky Waters Nation, which I don't do anymore because I'm working for JA and I'm working for BetUS. Like Sharky Waters Nation was so much built on my own quality and my content, which is very unique in terms of just my words, my vision, my music, the whole thing. So when I get in there for myself, like when I recorded this video earlier at like 6 o'clock, I felt a huge rush. I'm not gonna lie for you guys. Like I really felt a big rush. Like, and I'll never lose that. Like as long as we go in this game. Like one of the things I was talking about with Jay actually is about like showcasing my talent and like just doing like my shit on his channel because he's a huge enterprise and I want to work with him. So the point is like Sharky Waters Nation, Jay Cavalier collaboration, but like letting the whole thing flow together within it, itself. And, one of the things that I think really connected with you guys over the course of time was just, the big intros, the music, the whole fucking thing. And we haven't done that for a long time. And I was saying briefly to some people totally off the record, just people that are totally disconnected from the business of it. And I was saying, one of the things with the BetUS show is that Sean actually delivers a great intro. He really does. This woo, welcome to the NBA show. But the point is, that's what he does on his sports gambling podcast show. And the BetUS show has this like unique energy to it. And they have this like huge thing with the SGPN show where they have the NFL primetime song, which I think is unbelievable. Unbelievable. I think their intro is impeccable. Really, like I got so hyped up. Sean comes on and he goes, woo, welcome to the Sports Gambling Podcast. It is Sean stacking them on the green. It is my boy, Kramer Centric or something. He goes, what's going on, Crame Dog? And he goes, fucking bop. And I'm like, yo, this is fucking hot. But the thing is, like, for our show, it's like, we need, like, something. He can fucking ride that 100%, but we need, like, a song. You know what I mean? Like, we need, like, that's why the Shark and Jay show was, like, so good. I mean, it wasn't just because of the fucking song, but, like, this song was so, like, just iconic for the show. And we haven't found the song that was iconic for the show yet. So we're trying to find that and we're trying to figure it out. But I don't know, gentlemen. I'm just ranting here. Yeah. And that's also the thing. Like, Sean's great. He really is great. Like, when I came in the original project, I thought, okay, Sean, I don't know who Sean is. This could be whatever. He's great. I love him. Like, we're great. Junior's great. New's great. Farley's great. I don't work with those guys, once a week, once every 2 months, but it's great. It's fucking amazing. So it's a beautiful thing. It is what it is, but I'm going to sign off here. We're waning out with viewers, and I'm going to sit here, maybe drink some beers, just chill out, and just relax. Lakers pushed for half the market. I took a loss. It is what it is. Top spots today, Orlando at -3, -4.5. They're going to win by 10. And the other place, which I will drop. Appreciate you guys so much. I love you guys so much. Sending you guys all the best vibes. Beautiful people. Love you guys. Thank you.